Hey everyone, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more FIFA 23 career mode here today on the channel. We have episode 7 and we're going to be starting season 2 of this career series. So I hope you all enjoy. Season 1, we managed to finish in 5th, qualifying for the Europa League. Now we've been given a slight budgetary increase and we need to build a team for season 2. So I hope you all enjoy. We had a pretty good season. And now a lot of teams are interested in our players. Here is the team. Gerard Deulofeu finished winning the Golden Boot. And Manchester United inquired for his services. So going on into Season 2, we want to try and make top 4 and I guess go far in the Europa League. We also want to try and re-sign some of these contracted players. And we might even look to move on some of the older legends like Arslan, Silvestri. So we're going to try and get a new goalkeeper. We've got plenty of centre backs and maybe a winger. Also Nutink as well, he's 33. We're going to have to probably get a new captain. But I think first things first, we need to sign a goalkeeper. And I've identified Vicario from Empoli. I felt like we needed a future goalkeeper. And I identified him last season as a pretty decent goalkeeper we came up against. Vicario from Empoli, we've bought within the league. I think it's a pretty decent deal. For 14 million euros, he's in. We could also do with a winger. Iconi would be a player on my list I would like, as Fiorentina didn't do too well last season. Wilfried Singo as well. Riccardo Sotil looks decent as well. 24 years of age, another decent Italian. If we can get one of Fiorentina's wingers, that'd be good. And of course, we've got Dia at Villarreal. We're currently negotiating for Iconi, but it looks like it's going to be for too much. And we're going to go for the other winger as well. So, looks like we're going to be able to get him. And for 12 million euros, Riccardo Sotil is now a Udinese player. And will be playing in the Europa League this season. And yeah, still continuing with the Journeyman career. I can't wait to see where we end up in this series. Lanzini's now turned 31. Obviously signed him last season. And I do probably want to try and make Riccardo a right winger ideally. Okay, that's been done because we've got Stefan El Shawari on that left hand side. Oh, wow. Here we go. 2 massive offers for Beto. 25 years of age, 82 overall. Inter want him for 52. Aston Villa are going to offer us Buendia. I want to at least double what he's worth. 74 million. Stevie G, and they've accepted. I want like 80 to go to a rival. But it looks like he's going to go out. And we'll try and loan out Enzo Ebosi. And the deal has gone through. Beto has been sold for a whopping 74 million euros. It's a shame, but we could not accept that. That's a lot of money. And we're going to try and loan out. But after an amazing season, finishing second in the top goal scorer, at the end of the day, if a team like Aston Villa wants a player like Beto, they're going to get him. Now we need a backup striker. So there's a couple players here that I've identified. Lukaku scored 25 goals last year for Inter. He's now back at Chelsea and probably wants a permanent deal. But we're going to land on Scamacca for 51 million. Lukaku was too much. Scamacca, obviously a West Ham failure in this career series. It's okay. Plenty of strikers, plenty of Italian strikers struggle at West Ham, but I think that is a pretty decent replacement, the former Sassuolo striker. And would you believe it? Roma launched a £20 million bid for Stefan El Shawari, which is hilarious because last season they transfer listed him for 7 million and we bought him, and now we've tripled our profit. And after one amazing season, we've made a £20 million profit on Stefan El Shawari. He is now back at Roma playing for Jose Mourinho, would you believe it? So now we need to get another winger. Vincenzo Grifo is a Freiburg player who joined Inter Milan. His game time is lacking quite a bit, and we're going to hopefully try to get him on the cheap. He is a little bit on the older side, but I think trying to focus on Italians firstly, and then obviously players in Serie A is sensible and realistic. So Stefano Shawari, I can't believe that they wanted to bring him back. He did have a pretty decent season though, and he's probably going to go on and do well for Roma. But I really appreciate what you did for us, Stefano Shawari. Dude, we could have got 27 million potentially. And we're going to go and sign Grifo as his replacement. And so far, we've had a pretty decent transfer window. Hopefully things quiet down a bit. And we're going to try and scout some of these players on the free contract list. Some of them will be retired Premier League players and regens. Some, I guess, from other leagues. So if they're worth around about $1 million, it's worth looking at. Oh, Thiago Mendes, he looks quite decent. And Mikhailovic, I don't know, so he looks alright as well, potentially. 24.77 overall, the American. We'll try and bring him in on a free contract. Oh, and Mendes we could probably use in the midfield. He could be a free replacement for Arslan. And then we've got some youngsters here. Harris, Peters, potentially players we could loan out and make a profit on in the future. We've also got a pretty decent youth academy of our own. So all of these free agents have come back and accepted, and we'll try and bring them into the club. Still pretty early days, but if we do, 3, 4, 5 seasons at the club, they could turn into something. But we'll see how this goes. We haven't received any job offers in this career series, which I'm surprised. Sometimes you can in your first season, but looks like we're going to be staying at Udinese for the foreseeable future in Season 2. And I want to see us try and fight for that European place in the Champions League. And you never know, we might be able to go on a cup run for this series. But I'm going to do a fair few seasons of this career mode, and I think ordering them episodically is better for you guys to follow rather than seasons. So stay tuned. Alright, so we've brought in Mendes, which is a pretty decent signing. He can play central defensive midfield, centre-back, CM, former Lille, and we've also signed a new striker as well. So let's try and bring some of these guys into the team. And Stiglio is now a right back, and he's on the bench. But overall, we're slowly but surely rebuilding, restructuring the club. Now that we've made a bit of money, we can drag down the average squad age. Alright, well, first match of the season, we've been drawn against Roma, a team that did really well last season. Arguably could have won it. AC Milan won the league. Lazio basically threw the league. But with our brand new players, let's get stuck into the first match of Season 2 and see how we fare. Hosting Roma at home. At the Udinese Calcio Stadium, unfortunately, Belotti starts off the scoring on the 24th, and the Roma curse continues. Roma's a team we have not been playing well with and against in this series. But Scamacca on debut, back in Italy, is at home. And we start off the first match of the season with a pretty respectable 1-1 draw against Roma. Unfortunately, we go on to play Monza and we lose on the second day. However, Leicester launch a £52 million bid for Gerard Deulofeu, and I've got to entertain this. Serie A's top goal scorer last season, and it looks like he's going to be going to Leicester, along with Arslan potentially going out as well. On transfer deadline day, Varane joins Roma, Arslan joins Nottingham Forest,